Hey guys, welcome to part 3B of our road trip as we head through the town of Julian, which I will be doing a future video on at some point. We head to the Inaja Memorial Picnic Ground. The picnic ground was and is a memorial for 11 firefighters and a few other individuals that unfortunately lost their lives in a fire. The fire was started by a teenager who lit a match just to kind of see what would burn. He didn't realize it was going to be well over 25,000 acres, if I remember right. And that was just the first day of the fire. There was well over that had burned over the next, few days. But just as we enter the picnic ground, this is what the picnic ground was for. It was for the memorial of those who lost their lives battling the fire. Alright, this video, part 2, we are at the Inaja Memorial Picnic Ground. So they do have a pretty good parking area. And I'm not sure what this road was for exactly. But if I had to guess, it was for the fire that was up in the area. Might have become a unofficial fire road. They have some pretty good signage in the area with information. They have these ones, and then they have some information on the other side of the picnic tables they have. They have two different sections of picnic tables. I only recorded one later on in the video because the other section had a couple people and I didn't want to intrude in their space by recording them. But they do have some pretty good signage around here. I was pretty happy that they had some toilets, even their vault toilets, because if you're going to be spending a little bit of time here eating, picnicking, hiking, then of course you're going to want to be able to use the restroom. And don't worry, I'm not going to show you my business, but figured I'd give you kind of an idea what it was like inside. Even though it's vault toilets, they actually had toilet seats. There's a whole lot of manzanita here. I used to be a huge fan of Bear Grylls until he was kind of caught cheating by sleeping in hotels. But I still learned a few things from his videos. I'm gonna definitely give him credit. But one of the things he mentioned is you can use the leaves off of these to brush your teeth. However, Les Stroud, I believe it was Les Stroud from Survivor Man, said, watch out for the ticks in them. And Steve from Sidetrack Adventures did mention these little signs in his video. And he mentioned the 1 and 2, which you saw earlier, that there was like a number 6 somewhere. And he wasn't sure what the number 6 was for. And you could see that rock as you come in. especially if you're driving from Julian. You can see that rock. Saw a third trail loop. I think it's 2 loops, or a small loop and then a larger loop. So I'm going to take this way, thinking it might be the larger loop. Oh, see, there's number 3. And I somehow missed number 2. Oh, there's a better view of Santa Isabel. I believe we're going to be right about there for the Dullies video. As you just saw a few seconds ago, this trail is not for the unathletic. I'm not exactly saying I'm exactly athletic, but at least coordinated. Coordinated enough. Definitely coordinated enough to be walking, talking, and holding a camera at the same time. And I'm guessing these are for like erosion control. It's definitely springtime. Okay, it gets a tad steep right here. I used to do steeper, but not much. There's the 6. I found it. It's not probably at the highest point that you're going to get on the trail. I was going to say not that far from the top. Man, looky what I found. What does this say? Mount Woodson, Cleveland, Gower Mountain, El Cajon Mountain, San Miguel Mountain, San Diego River, Viejas Mountain, Cuyamaca Peak, North Peak, Julian, and Cleveland National Forest. So, assuming okay, no, it's not the best, I'm sorry. Yeah, I see. So as you rotate this, you put the arrow on what it is you want to see. But as you can see, I can't get the best view with the camera, so you're just going to have to take my word. But yes, that looks like the, I don't want to say the headwaters, but generally where the San Diego River starts. Or at least the earlier stages of it anyways. Those houses have some cool views. Okay, so getting up to that, I'm not sure what it's called, but that telescope looking thing. If you go up this way, it takes you around. You come down this way. Okay, I'm starting to think that that map at the beginning by the vault toilets wasn't exactly accurate. I'm assuming this is another, what would have been another numbered pole, but there's no number. And honestly, I'm at a point now don't exactly know which way I'm going. I mean, I got the highway right there, the river generally over here, San Isabel over there. So now I have to head back that way, but it's actually getting over there. So I mentioned I know generally which way I have to go, considering the map only shows a single loop, and I'm finding several trails. Now, they definitely don't remember passing this on the way out, but I'm not even sure if it's part of that loop. But anyways, fun fact, if you've ever seen Black Hawk Down, I got to hear the real life Captain McKnight at a conference I went to for the Army when I was still in the Army. He retired as a colonel, and he mentioned that the movie portrayed them as being lost. They weren't lost, they just kept hitting roadblocks, and there was a tower in town that they could see throughout most of the town, and they used that as a reference point. So I've learned, use whatever reference points you can to find your way back, or wherever you need to go. Wasn't paying attention. I almost ate it going down the hill. I can walk with the camera, but apparently I can't just walk. Ironic. I know I hear the wind, but I'm trying to determine if I'm hearing water too. It might not be picked up with the microphone, but I think I hear water. So as I finish up the hike, I want to give the picnic ground a scoring. It's going to be out of 10. Each individual thing is going to be out of 10, and then when I sum it up, it'll also be out of 10. For the picnic tables, I want to give them an 8 out of 10. Some of them are partially shaded, and there are definitely plenty of tables here. So even on I feel like a busy day, there'd be plenty of places to sit and eat. Unfortunately, I didn't get a portion of the partially shaded ones. There was a couple people there, and I didn't want to be intrusive by recording them. But you'll see some of the other tables in just a minute or two. With the parking and then the entrance and exit, I'm also going to give that 8 out of 10. There's ample parking, and getting in and out can be a bit tricky if you're turning left, either going into it or out of it, just because it is on a slight curve. But I feel like it's still more manageable than other areas I've been to, picnic areas and whatnot. So that's how that gets 8 out of 10. The bathrooms do get a 6 out of 10. One thing I do want to mention, anything 7 or above is what I call a go, which means it's passing. Anything 6 or below is basically a no-go, which means it basically failed. Unfortunately, with the bathrooms, they were vault toilets, and the thing that really hurt the scoring for me was they could have been a bit cleaner. I know that's partially based on, unfortunately, people who show up, but yeah, they could have been cleaner. I'm also going to add in what I call bonus points. This only helps the scoring, it doesn't hurt. And I'll explain what I mean by that in a minute. But I'm going to give, with the bonus points, a 4 out of 5. The reason I do that is because the park had some pretty good trails, some really good views, and some really good informational little kiosks that they had there. So with the bonus points, it brings up the average to an 8.66. So let's just call it 8.5 out of 10, which makes the park a go. The scoring system is supposed to be as unbiased as possible. I mean, of course, there's going to be a little bit of bias in it. But taking my bias into view, I was super impressed with the park. I loved it. It was great. And I highly, highly, highly recommend going. And with it getting a go, I definitely recommend going. But anyways, enjoy the last few seconds of the scenery. And thank you guys for watching.